Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Superman 78, the Metal Carten. Now as you know, Superman 78, the Metal Carten is a sequel after Superman 78 and was meant to kind of be more like the Superman 4 Quest for Peace we might have gotten. As the point of Superman 78 and Batman 89 was meant to retcon, change, and alter the other sequels, making a more fresher, different take. And let's get on with the story. It starts off how, on the planet Krypton, after the planet explodes, we see how a piece of kryptonite falls down onto the sky and into the heart of Moscow, Russia. And we see how, a Russian farmer investigates and sees the sort of kryptonite back in 1951. We see how, at the sort of docks, we see how there's a illegal arms dealing going on, and we see how a colonel, gives an unknown person something unknown while getting his money. And we see how, because of Lois's clumsiness, we see how they realise that Lois is hot on their trail. And we see how, as soon as she tries to escape, we see the Colonel saying, "Good evening, Miss Lane." "Let me go! You'll all be court-martialed. Do you know who my father is? I'm warning you, this is your last chance." And we see how, Colonel Eversnat destroys the evidence, and they mainly set Lois off to her sort of potential doom. And after trying to get Superman's help, we see how after she shouts out, Superman rescues her just in time. And we see how, the ship ends up kind of getting hit by Lois's escape ship. And we see how they're saying, "We're sinking! You'll be safe here." And we see how, Superman has to kind of fix up the damage that caused unintentionally. And we kind of see how, after what happened, we see how Lois tries to get Perry to publish the story, despite it being too risky. And we see how, we kind of see how Lois and even Clark know this could be the story of the century, but Perry doesn't want anything to do with it. So, of course, even he mentions that, it's more about journalism standards, and that, they can't be involved in this kind of story. And we see how when Perry gets his cup of coffee, he sees that it has cream and sugar. Word of advice, don't put cream and sugar in someone's coffee. A real man drinks pure black coffee. And we kind of see how Lois basically says that, not a chance. We know that it's going to be like mixed feelings and all this. And we see how, in Russia, we kind of see how a Russian officer destroys Colonel Evers' uniform. And we kind of see how, they meet their sort of potential recruit for their project, who is known as Captain Nick Koff, who is obviously maybe a bit like John Corbin and Roger Corbin in that. And we see him saying, "Then speak it. The world must hear your words. And America's Mongol tongue is the language of the word for now." And we see him saying, "You were top of your class at the military academy. You served with distinction in Vietnam and Afghanistan. Do you understand? That is asked for you now. My life belongs to the people of the Soviet Union. This has always been true." And we see how, there's photos from Superman and Superman 2 and that, from those events. And we see how they test out the sort of new kryptonite that he's going to be using, as well as his new suit, which is obviously meant to be Metallo. And Nickov is meant to be Metallo. And he's going to end up becoming this version of Metallo to take on Superman. And the story is actually okay. I mean, yeah, it kind of does something different with Metallo, and it's trying to be what I think Quest for Peace might have been had it been with better writers. I just think it's weird kind of using a different character than John Corbin, as I always feel like, yeah, John Corbin is a bit like a reflection of Clark Kent, only with a different power set, views, and ideals and upbringing. So the story still deserves a thumbs up. It's not bad, not great, but still worth the read. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.